Let's do it. If you hadn't seen yesterday, Sam uploaded this video. Actually, hang on, let me pull up his Twitter too. Let's get the full context. So Sam puts out this tweet, "Goodbye Overwatch. I'll be around part-time, but I gotta give Mindplex everything I have." Those who don't know, Sam recently bought Mindplex, a Minecraft server that used to be really, really big, but kind of fell apart due to Big Corpa. And basically he wants to restore it, and he thinks he can do it. And actually, I've heard him talk about it. I genuinely think he's got a good shot. I haven't been the man I want to be for the last few years, and I want to step back and enjoy it on the side. You guys have no idea. I hope Sam doesn't mind me saying this publicly. He's done with Overwatch. Should be fine. But this dude, like Sam, like for all the shit people give Sam, it's crazy how much integrity he tries to hold himself to. Like when all the creators got really fucking hyped for Overwatch 2, and like obviously no one could say anything, and like people were really, really hyped up, and then obviously the game wasn't to the same standard that like a lot of people thought or were promised, and stuff like that. Like Sam was one of the people that took it the hardest. He was so upset with himself. He's like, dude, I talked about how good Overwatch 2 is gonna be and the PvE and like all this stuff later on, but like it actually legitimately like tore him up inside. And I felt really bad because like the dude always wanted to do what was best by either the players or his community or all of Overwatch. And he kind of was just that dude who always fell on the sword, you know? So we really did lose a good one with Sam, whether you like him or not. Never accept the world for what it appears to be. Dare to see it for what it could be. That was Jeff's final line to us in his goodbye letter from Overwatch a year and a half ago when Aaron ended up taking over for the team. All right, let's watch this video.
We need to have a conversation.
Oh man, it's in such good quality too. Thank you, Sam, for the 1440p.
We need to have a conversation, guys. I'm sure anybody who's tuned into the internet has seen how busy my week has been. This has been the busiest couple days of my life. I've barely slept. That's why there haven't been any streams. Obviously, for those of you who don't know, I acquired Mindplex, and that's going to be my #1 priority.
Oh, I might be in the way here for a sec. Oops. Showing the couple tweets. Jake Lucky, who is a big gaming reporter and like through all of gaming, tweets out Sam's tweets with like basically him saying that he acquired 100% of Mindplex and fully committed to bringing passion to change the lives of tens of millions of players around the world. I've got no further information at this point. I'm very excited to bring the heat for you guys. Much love. Basically covered it, saying like trying to bring it back to its former glory. And I know Sam has a lot of things that he's working on right now, but it's still very early on, so he can't really like talk about it right now because there's nothing to talk about. And you know, I think that's something that he's already learned from working with Overwatch. Is Overwatch likes to do a lot of talking before they do any showing. Sam's going the opposite route, where he's only doing a little bit of talking and then gonna go all show. Because people really get sick eventually of hearing big things are coming, and then never even perform or never even showing up and showing what those big things are. So I like that he's going this approach of kind of keeping it low key but working hard.
Going forward. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about Overwatch 2. Obviously, anybody who's watched my streams over the years has continued to see my dissatisfaction with the game, and I'm not going to be taking shots at the
What? No.
game and saying, oh, it's the devs' fault. Obviously, you know, the blow of the PvE not being what was promised was kind of the final straw for me. That broke the camel's back, that let me know, okay, I just need to move on.
I think that's what a lot of people don't understand is like a lot of people's really pissed offness with Overwatch recently has been like, this has been building for years, and this was like the thing that was supposed to kind of like finally solve a lot of the old problems. Not even solve, but finally like justify. It's like, okay, all these years were wasted for this thing. Okay, now it's here, we get to enjoy it. And that never will even come. So it's like an extra swift kick in the balls.
I know I don't want to be here my whole career. I know I don't want to be here my whole life. I want to move on and do more with my life. And obviously game design is a big part of that. And that's, you know, why one of the reasons why I wanted to get Mindplex was so that I actually had the ability to go design games and pursue my dream. And it's just very clear that Overwatch isn't really going to be a space to do that.
A prediction.
I really don't want people to take this video as one of those, oh, I'm quitting the game, blah, 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 I hope this game dies. No, you know, like, I want Overwatch to succeed. You know, it has a very special place in my heart. It's been great. And
True. That actually, there's some people that share that sentiment as well.
You know,
it's like, it's not even like, it's just disappointment at this point.
It's like right now with what I want to do with my life and how I'm feeling and stuff like that, I mean, it just is elsewhere. I can't have Overwatch be my #1 priority. So the days of Samito coming on and streaming top 500 ranked every day are no longer going to be here, just to be honest with you. Let's you know, I want to branch out, do more rant style videos about things in general. Mineplex is going to take a lot of my attention.
I think he's going to kill it if he does that.
And now, are there going to be some days where I'm like, you know what, maybe I kind of want to stream some Overwatch ranked? Yeah, I'll hop on and I'll stream, and, you know, it's not going to be like I'm abandoning this channel forever or the Overwatch content forever. It's just right now with things where things are at, especially
so he's leaving the door open, which is smart.
The PvE
That's
lying
good.
just made me lose.
If I ever end up doing it, if and when that my time comes, I'd probably do something similar where it's like very slowly move
all
away.
Trust
and still have the ability to like do content here and there and it's like things I enjoy and new seasons and stuff like that. But
that was really the big deciding factor in me.
He wants to focus on his new endeavors, which is smart.
Yeah, like I knew I had some interest in Mineplex, but after, you know, I heard what
kind of like Tim, a little bit more than Tim, because Tim doesn't come back for every season. He only comes back like once every couple seasons, if so. But
going on,
yeah, same
was the thing that made me
track.
Say, all right, we need to jump ship here. We need to, you know, go focus on my dream and other business ventures and stuff like that, because it was always on my mind. I knew I wanted to do it, but
also I hope Sam doesn't get mad at me saying this, but the amount of times I heard Sam refuse to leave Overwatch because he was like, no, I don't want to give up. I don't want to be that guy who gives up on his on things. Like he's like, I'm raised differently. Like I was raised in a way to, you know, don't give up on things and always give your all. So him to finally hit his end,
the state of the game, you know, I personally,
that's got to be a long, hard road.
I haven't really brought up 6v6 too much just because, you know, there was no point. We were looking forward to PvE and stuff. But for me personally, on a personal note, I just liked having more synergy. I like a higher skill ceiling. And, you know, that's just kind of what I wanted. And it's just, there's just a big sour taste in my mouth towards this franchise right now about just everything, man. Like, I was looking forward to PvE so much, and it's just not there. The state of ranked is horrible.
That's so true. Okay. I was talking about it earlier at the beginning of the stream, but I know not everyone was there for that. But dude, the last week and a half, I've basically spent like popping in other people's streams. I haven't really been chatting because I don't want people to like, you know, people like try to have like struggle a conversation. I just try to vibe and watch what's happening. And the amount of people I've watched just like be miserable and not have a good time, like, and then people get mad at those people for not having a good time. They're like, why are you not smiling? Why are you so upset? It's like, bro, like, dude, how can you not be? The amount of games I've seen, not only they're just like, they're terrible quality. You have players that I don't even know if they even like they're real. Like what used to be GM is not even GM anymore. It's like a combination of Plat from Overwatch 1 all the way up to GM now. It's just a shit show. And it's like the queues are faster now. And it's like, I almost have to wonder. It's like, dude, did they just shoot a bunch of people into GM so to make the queues faster? I don't know. But also on the other side, I think the CS team, the reporting team, they must have got laid off. They don't exist anymore. I open up people's streams, and I was showing this to chat earlier because someone who used to play Overwatch a lot, that was pretty well known, but I don't want to blow up their spot because, like, you know, this is just like a private DM type of thing. But they were telling me about Bowie. For those who don't know Bowie's like a top 500 Reinhardt streamer, really good player, fun dude. But basically, he got in a game against him, and this was the team. Does anyone notice something a little funny? Diamond Challenger, 0-3, 200 damage, 591 healing. Was this guy trolling him? Yes. The entire game, he was basically playing AFK, trying to pull Bowie out of fights to basically throw his games. Why? Because Bowie's another streamer, someone who's getting targeted. I don't even play. I don't want to play ranked anymore. I don't want to play the game. I really don't. I can't do it. It's not allowed. If I personally do it, I'll get trolled like crazy, and it's sad to watch other streamers around me also get hard targeted and hard trolled. They can't even play the game because streamer mode doesn't exist. It's bullshit. There's ways for us to report in game and out of game. None of them work. Nothing ever happens. Emong today alone has had like 4 people either say up shit in his games or literally go AFK on Lifeweaver and start pulling them out of fights. I'm not joking. Literally today alone, 4 that I saw with my own eyes since I woke up this morning and turned on his stream before I started my own. So, you know, like, there's not really much to go over there, but Like, what the f? I don't know. I don't know how I got onto that, but yeah.
Play with my friends. Like, why would I like want to stick around on that product? You know, I know like the ceiling for content creation is bigger in other places. I'm miserable playing the game, right? It's very clear that they aren't catering this game towards competitors.
You should see Warren streams. He gets stream snipers constantly. You know, Warren's had a pretty hard road in this game, to be honest with you. I didn't really know Warren that well a long time ago. I started to know him better now. Not by a lot, but I can only imagine, because I know a lot of people really didn't like him for a long, long time. I'm sure the snipers are not fun.
But I am.
Because I've been there.
It just, you know, it was a no-brainer decision for me to.
Anyone who blows up like decently fast in Overwatch becomes one of the most hated. Happens every time. Anyone who like grows pretty fast, the community just like instantly starts to dislike, and I wonder how much of that is to like not like the new guy, or you know, it's like, oh, why is this random person getting all this success or whatever it is? Like, I always wonder, like, what could it be? Because it happens to everybody. It happened to me. I saw it happen to Warren. I've seen it happen to countless people.
Attract so many people from
some of them continue to stream Overwatch, and some of them continue not to. There's another example, Eva. Eva was blowing up at the start of Overwatch too, but people got really, really upset with her. Like, and it took a toll on her because you can see her tweets. But basically, they were like, you know, you're an e-girl and have an OnlyFans, so like, you know, you're a bad person, and like, they just go after whoever's next. It's fucking crazy. And then the same group of people gets mad that people aren't like happy with Overwatch, you know, and like, oh, all the streamers don't like the. Oh shit, dude, what's there to like? Oh, dude, someone one day is gonna find that clip of me from last summer where I talked about my hope for Overwatch 2 was we weren't going to turn to Apex Legends, and all the casuals were going to hate the pros and the streamers, because in Overwatch 1, that's not how it was.
Diversity.
I swear to God, it's either the free-to-play model or what that does it.
This one has, like, Overwatch still does have the most potential.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take so much off of Sam's vid.
FPS game on the market. It just, not only has it just not ever really been pursued, but it's just been flushed down the toilet over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm just so tired of sitting here powerlessly watching and wasting my career here when I could go pursue other things. Like, the reality of Overwatch is, and this is just where Activision Blizzard as a company.
And there's probably a lot of people that are going to say, good. I'm glad he's gone. You're a fucking idiot.
Entirely has taken it. It's just going to be a mid-tier game. And, you know, that could be sustainable for them. That could be great for them, and they could make that work. But for me personally, I'm too competitive, man. I'm in everything I'm in to win, and whether I end up winning or losing,
sometimes too much so, Sam. Sometimes too much so.
I've lost plenty in my life. I made plenty of mistakes.
You know, things that get for shit.
You know, I don't regret it, because that's just the kind of man that I am. I'm a competitor, and I want to give everything I have to every project. And I'm not interested in a project that just does the bare minimum. I'm not interested in being around something that doesn't go out there. Like, you know, I've kind of talked about this a little bit. I'm going to open up about a couple things here. You know, ever since my buddy Jalen died, right, I remember being at his funeral, and, you know, we had to carry his casket, and it was an open casket, right? And I you know, he was my best friend. It's where I got my name. It's where I got everything. And I remember looking down at his body and just, I can't get that image out of my head. And ever since that moment, I changed. I realized that you have to give everything you have while you're here, or it's not worth it. It's not about winning or losing. It's about, obviously,
that's pretty real.
You want to win, but it's about giving it 110% every single day. And
that's who Sam is. He's always been that guy. He is that guy who puts everything into everything. And that's why people get really, really upset with him when he like gives his takes on things. He's like, he's always so angry. He's the angry persona. He's just a loud, angry gamer, dude. He's not angry. He's fucking passionate. It happens to me sometimes too. I'm a Bostonian. If you're a New Englander, a Bostonian, like you live up here, dude, we are like a cold people. That's just who we are. We are a very straight shooter, cold. We just tell you how it is, and then we move on. Nobody gets offended. Nobody's mad. Nobody's mad, man. Like sometimes the way I speak is very direct and sometimes blunt or abrasive, and people will take that as angry. Very, very few times have I been angry in Overwatch. And those few times, I feel like you can very distinctly tell the difference when I'm angry versus when it's just being passionate. That's all it is. And a lot of people got really, really mad at Sam a lot of times for being extremely passionate. And that really sucks because, like, if you disagree with his take, that's one thing. But people disagreeing with someone for being passionate,
And while
it's just,
I'm in the
it's
Overwatch
so
scene,
sad.
that's my main thing.
Because, like,
I know
feel like
that
you
I
finally
will
now
never
see the end of
be
it.
able to give
It's like you,
110% because
someone's
I just don't
passion
believe in the vision.
has finally gone out.
I just,
and it's
I
kind of
just
sad to
don't,
watch
and
in
that's
real
the cold,
time.
hard truth. Like, I need to go do something that I believe in to be fulfilled as a human being. And that's not to say
Passion
that
check. All the Apex gamers who know how know what I'm talking
some
about.
people can't feel fulfilled in Overwatch. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm
Any
not saying that
howling?
if you feel that, you
Any
shouldn't.
howlers?
Please make no mistake. This is a complete personal note, right? And this is by no means trying to, shit on anybody at the team or shit on any creator who wants to pursue a career in Overwatch. Go for it.
Siegel
That's what
loves Sam for his
fulfills you.
passion. Siegel, I mean, okay, I'm not gonna blow up his spot, but I know Siegel talked to Sam and basically told him, like, dude, you could go do React anywhere. And Shade said it too. It's like, dude, you are holding yourself back in Overwatch.
Absolutely,
Like,
right?
genuinely.
But
I wouldn't be surprised if you see Sam become, like, a well-known name in, like, 3 years from now. Whether it's from Mineplex,
Be real
Minecraft,
about
YouTube,
myself.
React content, whatever it ends up being. The dude has what
I
it
want
takes.
and what I need to do. And I think that's been pretty apparent for many, many years now. I would say since 2020 that,
What quick question? Why is Samito playing quick play in his goodbye video? Okay, all right. I'll give you what it is. It's literally just footage. It's just footage to have on in the background. You guys know the meme with TikTok with, like, having, like, the Subway Surfer at the bottom of videos? This is the Overwatch version. Instead of having the instead of having the Subway Racer stuff, it's Overwatch in the background. You just throw on some quick play, you make some plays, and people keep it on the back. It's mostly for him, but it's something to keep your eyes stimulated.
I have not really been fulfilled in Overwatch, and I haven't wasted my time.
We see Asmongold's reaction to this. Dude, we're gonna watch a react to a react, and I'm in.
I don't regret my time, right? Because it's been beautiful, it's been fun, but I don't think that this game is gonna be elite. I don't. I just don't. I hope it does. I hope I'm wrong. But, listen, when true colors get revealed, you got to believe it.
Laughed
right?
at the in-game, not what Sam said.
I do love Jared and Aaron. I don't think it's their fault.
I see things to the prime.
I think Jared's actually done a great job of replying to people on Twitter. It's been really fun to see him stand his ground. And I got to say, Jared, I respect the hell out of that, man. You keep doing it, and I hope that you can turn this ship around and keep it going and keep the ball rolling here. And best of luck to you, man. We're rooting for you. And I hope I encourage my entire community, especially who still are going to be playing Overwatch every day, to also root for him, right? For me, it's just like, look, I know that this is not the place that's going to make my dream come true. I know that in order to be a better man and give back like I was given to from this gaming industry, that I need to go elsewhere. And that's what my plan is. Right. So, obviously I've been very silent this week talking to you guys about what my plan is. Cause honestly, it's been crazy. I mean, contracts at 2 a.m.
Damn.
Getting my development team together, planning out everything that we need to do. I have huge plans for Mineplex. And this is going to be my step into the reins of game design and making sure that we can make some dreams come true for many, many people and really
finally
give back
Samito will be the Apex gamer we all deserve.
It's just the state of Overwatch. It's just not that game. It's just not that game. It's not what it once was. I don't think. I personally, if I had to, if I was a betting man and I had to bet, I would say it probably won't.
Have you ever played
Dark
Souls?
It still can be sustainable. It can still do well, but it's really hard to hit the bar as to what this game was on release because there was nothing like it, and there never will be. That's how special it was, right? That's not me saying that you can't be successful in the Overwatch scene, because like the first launch was just one of the most incredible things in the history of gaming, and it definitely got all the credit that it deserved. And I do hope it can get back there. But right now, we got to focus on us, man. We got to keep things moving. We got to be the best we can be every single day. And I know that I can't be the best man I can be while focusing primarily on Overwatch. So, this is kind of why I'm stepping away from the game a little bit. I'm not quitting entirely. Like, I'll be around. Like, if you guys need me, I'll try to be in and out when I have.
Hey, who's gonna replace the 220 video on Twitter? Nobody, Sam. We need you for that.
Mineplex is now my #1 priority. I've got to get the ball rolling here. I've got a ton of projects that I got to work on, and I'll have a lot more news for you guys on that sooner. But I'm gonna go chase my dream. And Overwatch, while you've been my #1 priority for so many years, I want to say thank you for the memories. Thank you for everything. It's not the last you'll see of me. But I'm still really, really grateful for all the people I've met the journey it's been, the mistakes I've been able to learn from and continue to learn from. Overwatch made.
I bet if you scroll through the comments, I bet there's a bunch of people that are like, "Oh, see you next week."
To all my friends,
nah,
Overwatch
this isn't a
good
see you
luck,
next
have fun,
week video.
Keep grinding, keep doing you. Believe in yourself. Chat. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and those of you who are coming with me on my journey forward through Mindplex and forward into the game design industry and forward into many other business plans that I'll be able to talk about. That's awesome. So yeah, you'll see me on Ranked maybe twice a week. But and you'll still see rant videos on this channel covering a ton of subjects. But yeah, that's why I'm stepping away from Overwatch. It's time for me to spread my wings. So thank you guys so much. I love you. I'll see y'all later with a ton of announcements. Peace out and best of luck, Overwatch.
Yeah, I'll miss Sam. Great things to Prime. I mean, I'll still talk to him. I'll just miss seeing the 220 videos and somebody else to call out shit, you know. Sometimes even stronger than I do. Sometimes, most of the time, stronger than I do. Because it was always nice to have a reassurance that maybe I'm not the crazy one in the room. You know, maybe we're not crazy. Maybe we're actually right. You know, maybe there is something into this. There's not many people. You got to think about it, chat. There's not many people who know Overwatch inside and out as much as Sam does. He's a former pro, playing in contenders, so he knows the path to pro system and the Overwatch League system, who signed to an Overwatch League as a content creator. So he's been into Overwatch League, both as a content side and a pro side. He was high level, like rank 1, always high GM, high top 500, mid top 500, has a very deep understanding of the game, has been here since the beginning, so knows all the community lore, knows how the communities react to things throughout the years. All of these things. Has worked with Blizzard on the, worked with devs, so has a decent understanding of how the developer side works, knows some of them personally. There's only a handful of people in this world that have all of those things. So it's a big loss to us, real talk. But like you said, though, he's not totally gone. He's just gone, he's going to focus on his new endeavors, and I really hope it succeeds. Asmongold's react to Sam's video. Oh god, wait, his is 21 minutes? Sam's was 9 minutes? Oh, I guess mine was probably about 21 minutes. Let's see what Asmon has to say about Sam quitting Overwatch.
That broke the camel's back, that let me know, okay, I
fucking hated this character, this Echo shit.
Real Echo! She's good.
So like this announcement, I feel like with this announcement and a lot of people like with Overwatch, this has kind of had them at the place where they're like, okay, well, why am I even here to begin with? What am I even doing anyway? Like, why is this?
Wow. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I feel a little bit vulnerable having Asmon say that, because like, is it really that obvious? And Sam's not just trying to farm rage and peace. Like he's just done.
How I'm feeling and
that's way worse.
It just is elsewhere. I can't have Overwatch.
I said this. Remember, I said this a few months ago. I said this back at the start of season 2. I said, you shouldn't be worried when I'm, quote, upset with something. You should be worried when I don't care anymore. That's when you should be worried. Is not when I'm upset with something, but when anyone, me, Sam, any creators out there, once we no longer are upset about things, or we're not mad about it, whatever word you want to use, because some people intertwine upset and mad. Like, nah, I don't, like, if you dislike something, like, nah, this is stupid. You're mad! It's like, okay, fine, whatever. Reddit, man, shut up. The problem isn't that. The problem becomes once nobody gives a shit. We're getting close to that, because I feel close to that. Sam's already gone, and I think I think there could be more to follow.
So, but for me personally, I'm too competitive, man. I'm in everything I'm in to win, and whether I end up winning or losing, you know, I've lost plenty in my career. I've lost plenty in my life. I made plenty of mistakes, right? But you know, I don't regret it, because that's just the kind of man that I am. I'm a competitor, and I want to give everything I have to every project. And
that's, I think, another thing is that the game doesn't really, if you want to play the game all the time and you want to be super serious about it, the game just doesn't support that, and it doesn't have a player base that supports that in the same way that like Valorant does, for example.
True.
Or like Call of Duty does.
True.
Like, you can't just be like, hey, I play Overwatch competitively and I'm really good at Overwatch and I'm really popular because of that. Like, yeah, there's people that are kind of like that, but it's not on the same level as Valorant or something else.
True.
Not interested.
Nobody gives a if you're good at Overwatch nowadays. That's why I don't care anymore. The amount of time, actually, you know, I can actually confidently say there's been a big drop off of people that used to come in and like hard spam me for like, what rank are you right now? You know, like, people still ask for ranked a good amount, but like they'll be like, what rank are you right now? You know, are you still good? You know, all this stuff, because dude, I play the game very sparingly and still easily hold top 500. It's really not that hard because the game is not that competitive. Yeah, if I bump into the Overwatch League lobby, oh man, I got smoked. I used to be able to kind of hold my own. I get smoked now. It's not even fucking close. But there's no point because I can still hold the highest rank in the game. And it's really not that impressive because I have no Overwatch League aspirations. And if I tell someone I'm good at Overwatch, they're just like, okay, and? Dude, I honestly, I probably would impress people more if I could tell them I was good at Type Racer. At least then I can type fast.
I would say since 2020 that, you know, I have not really been fulfilled in Overwatch, and I haven't wasted my time. I don't regret
Yeah, and like you can definitely tell whenever there's a content creator who really enjoys the game that they're playing and they play it all the time and they don't burn out because they really enjoy it and they're happy and everything like that. And it's so easy to tell what the difference is.
Did anyone see S-Fun's aware in chat? Oh man.
What if you didn't make a video about it? Like just quit? Well, why would he do that? He's a massive content creator.
Is Asmon about to have the take? Yes, please give it to me. This is the take. Here we go.
What if you didn't make a video about it? Like just differences. What if you didn't make a video about it? Like just quit? Well, why would he do that? He's a massive content creator with a lot of subscribers and people care about him and his content. And so he's making a video for the people that are subscribed to him to give them an update about how he's feeling about the game. Like that's why. Is that confused? Is that hard for you to understand? I mean, that's the reason.
I'm so glad that different creators across different games and different platforms, we all have the same reaction to the stupidest shit. Sometimes people get mad at me. Sometimes people get mad at me for having like, dude, what are you smoking type of reactions, you know? And it's like, they're universal. I swear. And because I have a pretty big YouTube and TikTok platform, not just Twitch, I get so many crazies, man. There are so many crazies. It's beautiful. I attract the crazies, both in my own personal life and in my content. I swear to fucking God.
Can be while focusing primarily on Overwatch. So, you know, this is kind of why
Ana's another good example. Mercy's a good example. I don't think Lifeweaver fit in anything.
Like if you guys need me,
I don't think Echo really fit into anything.
I have time, but
you gotta farm the drama.
Mineplex is now my #1 priority. I've got to get the ball rolling here. I've got a ton of.
Yeah, I think that's good for him. You know, like move something else. Like what? Like there's a lot of people that have like this massive like toxic relationship with a video game that they play, and it's like at a certain point, is this really good for you? And I think that's what he was talking about with, like, you know, that guy he grew up with. It's like, what am I doing with my life? Making content and playing a video game all of the time that makes me mad. What am I doing? You know what I mean? Like, you know, what am I doing with my life?
Projects that I got to work on, and I'll have a lot more news for that, for you guys on that sooner. But I'm going to go chase my dream. And Overwatch, you know, while you've been my #1 priority for so many years, I want to say thank you for the memories. Thank you for everything. It's not the last you'll see of me, but I'm still really, really grateful for all the people I've met, the journey it's been, the mistakes I've been able to learn from and continue to learn from. Overwatch made me a better man, and I am very grateful for that. So yeah, no, good luck, have fun. Keep grinding, keep doing you. I believe in yourself.
It's Monday morning. I do not need this.
100% of the shots you don't take. And those of you who are coming with me on my journey forward through Mineplex and forward into the game design industry and forward into many other business plans that I'll be able to talk about, that's awesome.
Let me say this with my whole chest. He did.
So yeah, you'll see me on Ranked maybe twice a week, but and you'll still see rant videos on this channel covering a ton of subjects. But yeah, that's why I'm stepping away from Overwatch. It's time for me to spread my wings. So thank you guys so much. I love you. I'll see y'all later with a ton of announcements. Peace out and best of luck, Overwatch.
That's so sad. That is so sad, man.
We
still farm rent content? Well, of course, right? I mean, you have to, like, that's the meta, right? Is that you come back, you farm the content for the game, and then you leave, you know?
Yeah,
Stepping away twice a week. Yeah, I mean, for a lot of people, that's a huge difference. Like, how many of you guys have
He says twice a week because he was doing 7, but honestly, Sam might do less.
It's like going from, like, working at a job, like, you know, full-time.
This guy, Samito, is actually toxic for the Overwatch community. I'm sure that's a really smart one.
60 hours a week, 80 hours a week to, like, playing part-time or, you know, like showing up 15 hours a week. That's a huge big deal.
Tabs collector, holy shit, I didn't even realize.
Samito is actually so toxic for the
This is the React streamer meta. Bro, I gotta improve. I ain't there yet. I don't have enough tabs. The TikTok tabs, dude. People. First off, there's been a slowdown of people submitting TikToks for stream stuff. Mostly because I don't think people care that much about Overwatch now. I think we literally are falling back to where we were in Overwatch 1. I'm not even joking. I think we're actually very close to the point where we were in Overwatch 1. With some small exceptions being like the casual audience is bigger, so they still watch like TikTok and YouTube content, but even then the amount of creators has gone down, especially on TikTok. I don't see nearly as many TikToks on my feed anymore as I used to. It's mostly just people posting like the shitty clip that gets like 3 likes on it, you know what I mean? I think we're genuinely back to where we were in Overwatch 1 in a season where we had a hero release. That is big fucking spooky. That is like if this is a bell, like we should be ringing that bitch as loud as we fucking can. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit. Anyways.